So what is this back cross? Back means to go back. So what is to go back? It is a cross which involves, means to whom you will cross with. You will cross a hybrid, and hybrid you know is always what? Heterozygous, is not it? Hybrid is always heterozygous. And to whom you will cross? With any one of the parent. Now tell me, what is the type of the parent? I mean to say homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive, or heterozygous dominant or heterozygous. What is your answer? What will be your answer? What is the type of parent here? Who will tell? The parental types are, when it is said that one of its parent.
Homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive.
Very good. Always you choose the parents to be homozygous dominant and homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive. So this is absolutely correct. Homozygous recessive I'm writing. Okay. So you can see here, you can see from this arrow mark, you can guess it is going back. It is going back. It is back cross. So this hybrid, capital T, small t, either can be crossed with capital T, or capital T, small t can be crossed with small t. Is it audible now? Is it audible? Okay. So what I'm telling in this back cross, this hybrid which you get to be the heterozygous in the F1, that will be again back cross. Back means to go back. So to going back is to cross with one of the parent. Either you can cross it with capital T, or small t. But this back cross is not in your course. So you simply remember, just it is a cross involving one hybrid when it is crossed with one of the parent. That parent can be homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive. This is back cross. Now why it is done? It is usually done in the plant breeding experiments only to identify some of the parental characters. Okay, so to identify the parental characters, to confirm the parental characters, usually this back cross is done. Generally, this is not in your course. In your course, only test cross is there. But since you have understood, and this much what is written on the slide, this you can prepare as your notes. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's come to Gregor Johann Mendel. So this person which you see on this picture, everyone is aware of who is this person. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this person is honored as the father of genetics. His name is Gregor Johann
Voice is
Mendel.
fluctuating.
Is it audible? Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I was telling is Gregor Johann Mendel is considered to be as the father of genetics. So lot of experiments he has done, which are called hybridization experiments, because these are all experiments. These are done artificially, not naturally. So under the influence of man it is done. Those crossing experiments were done. So hybridization experiments are called, and these were done on which plant? On the garden pea, whose scientific name is Pisum sativum. And what he mainly studied, he studied the inheritance pattern of 7 traits of the pea plant. So you know that Mendel had chosen 7 characters in the pea plant. So how these 7 characters with all the traits are getting inherited, means are getting transferred to the next generation, it was studied by Gregor Johann Mendel. And he collected the data from a large sample and did very systematically by using statistics to find out the results. But the question is, why these pea plants were used? Why not any other material? Are you getting my point? Am I audible to you all? Am I audible? Is it audible clearly to you all? Can you hear to me? Am I audible? Can you
Yes,
hear?
ma'am.
Okay. So what I was saying is, why Mendel choose this pea plant for his experiment? Can anybody answer? Why Mendel? Okay, Vishnupriya, tell.
Ma'am, because plants were bisexual.
Only that is the reason? So what will happen if a plant is bisexual? What do you
They
think?
easily grow.
They easily grow where? They easily grow where? Can anybody tell? Yes? That why Mendel chose the pea plant?
Ma'am, the pea plant lifespan is also short, so it can be.
Yes. There were many characters or there were many features of the pea plant. Like Vishnupriya said, it is bisexual. Anisha, I think, Anisha, you said, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It has a short lifespan. Very good. So what were the characters? Characters means what were the features of this pea plant that it was chosen by Mendel? First of all,
Ma'am,
easily,
not audible.
not audible, but I'm writing, you can see. Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first point I have written, you can see, easily available, easy to handle, short lifespan, then it produced large number of seeds. And large number of seeds means what? Large number of offsprings. Is not it? Then come to the fourth point. It is a bisexual plant. Okay. Bisexual plant means what will happen? The pollination will be easy. Don't you think if it is a bisexual flower and bisexual plant, the pollination will be easy? Yes or no? Because in the same flower, the pollens will be released to the stigma.
Ma'am, totally not audible.
Totally not audible. Okay. As I'm writing, you can see and I will explain then, or I have recorded this video. I will share the link with you. Then the next is cross pollination is also possible. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these were the reasons. You can take a screenshot that the pea plant was easily available and was easy to handle, to take care of. This plant is having short lifespan. Short means it is an annual plant. Mane in a single year, single 1 year, it will complete its life cycle. It will grow, it will reproduce, give the flowers, fruits and die. So short lifespan, annual plant, easy to study. Large number of seeds it produces, that is large number of offsprings. As many number of offspring, the study becomes more easier. It is a bisexual plant having bisexual flower, so pollination will be easy. Now, even it is bisexual, cross pollination is also possible. How cross pollination is possible? Artificially. Suppose if you remove the anthers from one flower, then what will happen? But stigma is present. Another flower you can bring, and that flower pollens you can shade on the stigma. So this is cross pollination, but it is done artificially or experimentally. Am I clear how cross pollination is done? Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, am I audible to all? Can you hear to me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now audible.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember about emasculation? Emasculation, bagging?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So this cross pollination is possible through emasculation, where what is done? The unwanted pollens or the unwanted anther is removed, and then into the stigma, the pollens of another flower is pollinated on that stigma, called emasculation. So this flower can be emasculated also. So cross pollination is possible. And then this plant was having 7 number of contrasting characters, which again makes the study more easier. So these were the 6 reasons you find why Gregor Johann Mendel found the pea plant for his experimental studies. Am I clear to everyone? Is that clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next class, we will be studying about the laws of inheritance. Like what was the first law, the second law, and the law of independent assortment. Already the cross we have solved, monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Related to these cross, what were the laws which were found by Gregor Johann Mendel we will study. So this class we just studied today about the different terms of genetics that we have discussed so far. We covered all those terms. Next, we studied about test cross, back cross, and the next, why Gregor Johann Mendel chose the pea plant, and who was this Gregor Johann Mendel, the father of genetics. Is that clear? Prepare your notes up to this. Test cross I will send, rest back cross, and this particular slide with all these 6 points that I have written, why Mendel choose the pea plant for his experiment. Those 6 points you need to write. Is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this one. You can write your notes. Done?
Yes.
Okay. So you people can leave now. Thank you very much.